Welcome to Mysteries, a secret you should know. I am here with Mystic Cherokee, and we are going to take a peek at the collective energies and see what's a secret you should know. With so many secrets everywhere, right? The secrets in entertainment, the secrets in politics, the secrets in business, the secrets your neighbors have, the secrets your friends have, the secrets your family has, and the secrets you yourself have. And with those secrets, there are good secrets. There are sad secrets, disturbing secrets, and exciting secrets. Let's go and take a look and see in the Zodiac Collective, what secret is so prominent that it comes out in a message today. For these readings, I invite you to consider not just your sun sign or your rising, but I invite you to also think about your moon sign. Consider your 8th house and 12th house signs. If you have any planets in there, consider the energies, or asteroids, notable asteroids. Consider the energies of those places in addition to your big three. Those are the collectives that we're reading for. All the secretive places one should know. And the sign that we're going to start off with. I may move, let's see, my table over. Hello, thank you for the hearts. Let's go. So she left. Okay, fair enough. All nice and warm in this area. Let's go and see which collective we're going to start off with first. We'll start off with Earth. We'll start off with Taurus, the Taurus collective. So Taurus sun, Taurus moon, Taurus rising, Taurus 8th house, Taurus 12th house. What is a secret Taurus should know? Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, love, an offer of love. Appreciation, Taurus. We're not being appreciated in the energy I have here, but I have an offer of love. Is it? Well, 2 of Cups does denote romantic love. Ace of Pentacles, well, something that will commit to you. Thank you for the like. Let's go and see more about this. Ace of disc, Ace of Pentacles for a secret Taurus should know. I have 9 of Wands. Knight of Swords. Well, on a very broad level, Taurus, a secret you should know. You will meet someone. Someone's on their way to meet you. They're going to go and herald a new phase for you, Taurus. Is this a new relationship? I don't think this is someone who, Taurus, has been watching you or anything in that energy. You have someone bringing in change for you, Taurus. The energy here is pretty emotional, pretty romantic, pretty active, enough for me to not really feel any sort of work in here, Taurus. I think you're getting either someone who will be a very good friend to you at a minimum, to someone who will be a lot more to you. Secret you should know, Taurus. Someone's coming to shake things up for you. Someone who you'll be drawn to quite intensely. Just around the corner, Taurus, you have a big change in your emotional landscape. Let's go on to the next Earth sign. Let's do Capricorn. What is a secret Capricorn should know? Regret, Capricorn. Someone is in your energy and they're regretting what they said either to you or about you. Maybe both. Capricorn, are you aware of someone passing value judgments on you, and it made its way back to your ears, Capricorn? In this energy, Capricorn, they spoke about your business. They could have assumed some things and shared it with others. But they spoke to you and about you. Let's find out more. Knight of Disc. Queen of Swords. Queen of Disc. And we have 9 of Swords again. 9 of Swords with Death. Ace of Cups. A secret you should know, Capricorn. Someone in your energy liked you. You knew this person, Capricorn. Well, in your energy, that someone liked the other Capricorn, and they knew it was never going to happen. Maybe that was made pretty clear, or what they wanted to have happen would not ever happen. And I feel like in this energy, Capricorn, that person, do I call it slander? Do I call it gossip? Does it matter? Not really when you think about the energetic output that we have here. Someone essentially talked smack, to use some colloquial sayings. And you are aware of it. They are blocked, Capricorn. A secret you should know. Someone dug their own grave about you, Capricorn, talking about business of yours. And that's a connection forever buried, and yet still tied up. Let's go on to the next reading. That would be Virgo. Let's see what we have for the Virgo collective. The secret Virgo should know. Someone's acting in their own self-interest, Virgo. Also, too, with what they're occupying themselves, Virgo, really isn't that solid. They don't have a healthy lifestyle, Virgo. Four of Swords is Virgo energy. In this energy, Virgo, I don't know what they are using to block reality from them. I don't know if they're simply engaging in useless time activities. I don't really get so much gossip. I get that there could be drinking, they could be doing drugs. They could be spending a lot that they don't have. They could be entertaining others, Virgo, in this energy, either with activities that aren't particularly healthy or activities that are outside of their budget. Knight of Swords gets strife. Nine of Swords, Five of Wands, and Death. Secret you should know, Virgo. Energies coming up here, Leo, Gemini, Scorpio. No water. Capricorn, some more Gemini. I'm not going to say whether this person is around you closely or not, Virgo, but someone in your energy is engaging. Well, it's under the guise of having fun, Virgo. They're trying to enjoy life as they think life should be enjoyed, but they're engaged in a lot of self-destructive behavior. They're not about to get out of it anytime soon either. It's a secret you should know. Thank you for the like. All right, let's check out the next collective. Who will it be? We'll do water. Very strong Scorpio energy here. Of course, the Tower in this deck has more significance to Mars than per se Scorpio, but it's good enough for me. 7 of Cups is Scorpio energy. What's a secret Scorpio should know? In an age where there are so many secrets, Scorpio, what's a secret you should know? You have success coming, Scorpio. This Knight of Swords could be someone who is pushing on your behalf or just put in false promises, something that they promised did not come through. You have some good news following disappointing news, Scorpio. You should be magnanimous, Scorpio, because you're about to go and experience a huge, satisfactory win. Is that another 10 under here? It was. You have new starts coming your way, Scorpio. And it looks like well-deserved. Excuse me. Ace of Wands. Hermit. Judgment, Eon, and the universe, the world. Well, first of all, Scorpio, a secret you should know, whatever you've been involving yourself with so far, busying yourself with so far, Scorpio. I don't know if it's just one item or several items, but it is something that you have invested in, whether it's towards someone or for a cause, a purpose, a job. But this has taken a significant amount of your time, Scorpio. This is related to whatever this is, your self-identity. This has built up your self-identity. You've taken responsibility for this. And essentially, Scorpio, whatever you have put as a part of your self-identity through this either partnership, relationship, situation, responsibilities, it's pretty much run its course, Scorpio. If anything, Scorpio, probably you're the one who puts in more effort and energy or ties to it than being fed by the other. And so a secret you should know, Scorpio, it's no accident that you've been feeling that things aren't really improving or that there's a lack of engagement. Yeah, something is just turning out before it actually cared and was involved, and now detachment has stepped in and formed, which you can still feed, but ultimately it's not feeding you. And a secret you should know, Scorpio, the previous phase has run its course. Scorpio, there are new directions for you to go and follow. The identity that you have gained or the responsibilities that you have proudly attached yourself to or for, you should let go of that, Scorpio. Because there's something else for you now, a new phase, a whole new phase. That should be for those of you that this message would resonate with, that should be pretty clear because, as I said, either the environment, whether it's work, or the people, if they haven't flat out acted detached, they probably have said as much as well. Let's check out a secret Pisces should know. Five of Swords, Pisces. I have change coming, Pisces. There's some lesson here, Pisces. You know, you were halted from going forward, Pisces, because there is something that either you were not getting or something that you had to take a few steps back before completing. This Five of Swords really, Pisces, wasn't so much about not doing something, but not doing it either with your current mindset or then your then mindset, your then skills, your then ideas, something about developing something that you felt strongly about, Pisces, something about developing it in your then current state was stopped. You were forced to review, Pisces, even if it doesn't appear that way. There is something that you didn't have ready, didn't have prepared. Pisces, whatever you were stopped from doing, it wasn't to say give up on it, Pisces. It was to say that you were not ready for it yet, Pisces. Pisces, don't you have a whole new set of insight? Since some tinge of, this is literally called defeat, but let's just say since something significantly unpleasant went down, don't you have, since then, a different way of seeing the world now that before you would have not been able to even comprehend or empathize, let alone utilize as a tool because you understand it? Could also be in this energy too with Five of Swords, and then we have Two of Pentacles, something that you were actually physically lacking. Maybe it was being in the right place to go and develop this. Maybe you needed the right tools or a specific tool. Anyway, there was something that you were lacking. I do feel part of it is your experience and comprehension. You needed to go and digest whatever sour thing you ate to be able to properly understand and utilize it. But also too, in this energy could also be something tactile, concrete, like a location, right tools. A secret you should know, Pisces, you should return to what you were doing earlier. Now's the time, or now you have the skills, the tools, Pisces, to realize that success. It wasn't saying, oh, you should drop it. It was simply saying, not yet, and not with your current state and circumstances. Something you had to learn, something you have learned. Let's see a secret Cancer should know. I actually feel like putting a few more cards on these. Should I do that? I have 7 of Wands, 7 of Wands. Ending it on another 7. So 7s may be relevant to you, Cancer. I also have a hard lesson learned and earned here, Cancer. You were purposely, Cancer, pushed back, regressed. Not because you were sloppy or deserved it, but because there was something you had to experience, something you had to literally walk through, Cancer. There was a skill you had to earn, you had to learn. Circumstances wanted you, Cancer, to have this understanding, to have this experience. And so it dropped you, Cancer, in a specific type of circumstance where you had to see things a lot more closely, see the details, perhaps too much for your taste, that before you would have gladly overlooked or dismissed. That devil wanted to come out, didn't it? Anyway, I have a Queen of Wands. I have Lovers. Cancer, do you find that you have circumstances every so often that come by, and do they humble you? As I said, not because you slipped up or were lazy, but it's almost like, don't get so cocky. Don't get so full of yourself. My cat's here. She's like, this is where I sit. This is where you sit. She said, this is where she sits. We can move over to the side, or we don't have to. Originally, this was my spot. I don't know how it turned into our spot. Anyway, Cancer, yeah, what I have here is humbling energy. It's like something about the forces that be. They pull you back. They have you, Cancer, make sure that you empathize and that you understand. You smell the smells. You feel the exhaustion, Cancer. You hear the language on a very visceral level. Well, we had 7 of Pentacles, which in this deck is basically things that do not come to, do not bloom. You put a lot of effort into something. How when you put effort into something, it does not flower. It does not result in a positive outcome. First of all, this whole energy, Cancer, is about you, even though you may not be inclined to be a certain way. circumstances want you to have empathy for those Cancer who seemingly have hiccups. We'll call it that, hiccups. Failures. They can't seem to pull it together. Anyway, a secret you should know, Cancer. You have success coming. I do feel like every so often, Cancer, you get thrown some nastiness your way. But that's precisely, Cancer, so that you can have a broader understanding, an intimate understanding of lows that you wouldn't necessarily seek out, so that you can become more compassionate, Cancer. Because the energy I have here is very capable. I have success here. I also have a very strong presence and an impact that you can make. And while I see your luck rising, secret you should know, Cancer. Whatever the energies that are out there, they want you to be empathetic. They want you to be understanding. And they also appreciate, or as I said, they want to ensure you don't become haughty with the success you get. Maybe too, it's not even haughty, but just a high amount of self-confidence that can look at someone else's efforts and go, basically, you stink. Cancer, you should safeguard against anything that leads to that sort of behavior. Because I feel those are the trickles of some universal unseen pendulum that will ensure you have empathy for all sorts of people. Empathy and understanding. Okay. Let's go on to the next sign. Shall we do air? A secret Aquarius should know. Aquarius, I have it's basically King energy, a Knight of Wands, King of Wands, initiation. That Seven of Swords wants to come out, doesn't it? I have lust, which is otherwise known as strength. Leo energy. Strong, determined energy, though. Secret you should know, Aquarius. There's a big shift in momentum in your energy. Aquarius, you can take advantage of that, provided, Aquarius, you exert yourself a whole lot. Now's a good time to exert yourself, push forward your cause as strongly as you can, Aquarius. If you were waiting for the right moment, that right moment is now. Be as forward as you can, Aquarius. I'm also going to say, too, in this energy, Aquarius, probably, I don't quite want to say aggression, but there is very strong competition and the urge to be the best in your energy. And Aquarius, if you do not play that game accordingly, you could be railroaded right over by others. Now's the time to assert yourself, Aquarius. Energies there, I had Leo, Aries, Cancer, some Virgo, and Aquarius. Let's check out. What should we check out? I know that Ace of Wands wants to come out. Should we do Aries? Let's see. Aries. A secret Aries should know. You need to change your plans, Aries. You should change your plans, change your direction, change your thinking. Aries, with whatever you're doing, there may be a brief spurt of success coming, but ultimately, Aries, you still will have to leave. Don't get comfortable, Aries, with some momentary success that's coming to a situation that you yourself know isn't for you, isn't where you should remain, need to remain, or even Aries want to remain. And Aries, if you can be the first to leave, that would be best. But be prepared all the same, Aries, because what you want and what you seek and what you deserve is not going to be fulfilled by your current situation. I do see some benefits, some gains coming, but ultimately that's not going to change what needs to happen. And ultimately what needs to happen, Aries, is you going off elsewhere, because where you are right now is not where you belong. I guess if I was going to say a little bit more about this too, Aries, ultimately it's a mismatch. You don't fit, Aries. And you probably can feel that. It's not a case of all types are necessary, but it's about when you're working together and building together. You do need similarities for that. Let's go and see. Let's see. We did Aries, we did Aquarius. Should we do another Earth? Air? Guess we should. Let's do Gemini. What's a secret that Gemini should know? Six of Pentacles, Gemini. The Sun, Two of Swords. Interesting. Something you set in motion a while ago, Gemini. You don't even necessarily have to go and set it in motion and action as much as what you said or how you acted. Something that, Gemini, you either said or something that you refused to budge on, refused to move on, refused to engage in. You had a final line and you did not cross that. And so something that started at that moment, Gemini, shifted a course of direction for you. I have success coming for you, Gemini. Lots of earth energy. Lots of sixes. So sixes could be relevant. Very strong earth energy. That which you worked for, that what you've been laboring for. Gemini, you could be getting a job offer in this energy. You could be getting some unexpected money or support from your family as well. As I said, something about the way you conducted yourself, what you did and did not participate in, is actually going to lead to a payday precisely because of that. Is there anything more I want to say about this? Not quite. But you're getting some recognition for that. You're getting, ultimately, it looks like some money from that. Let's go and see. Should we do a fire sign again, since we did 2 air and 1 fire? See, we have Libra, we have Leo, and we have Sagittarius. Is anyone watching that is interested in any one of those 3 remaining signs? We have Leo remaining, Libra remaining, and Sagittarius remaining. Because I think I'm going to take a break, but I'll do one more before that. Let's see. Actually, I didn't even think of what sign to go and pull. That's why I need a break. I need to drink some tea. Who should we do? We did 2 air. I'll do another fire. Let's do Sagittarius. A secret Sagittarius should know. Ace of Swords, Sagittarius. My cat says we can take our little break now. Can we take our break? Yes, she says we can. Ace of Swords for Sagittarius. Knight of Discs, something that's been worked on. Nine of Swords. A 3 of Pentacles wants to come out. Who are we doing this for? Sagittarius? Sagittarius, you're going to get the answer. You're going to get a very clear answer on something you've been waiting on, something that you've been working towards. Of course, art in this deck is Sagittarius energy. 8 of Wands is also Sagittarius energy. Finally, Sagittarius, an answer, a very clear answer is coming your way. Sagittarius, it might not be the answer that you want, but you're going to know exactly where things stand, where the people who you're dealing with or who you have been waiting on, where they stand. You're going to get some very clear visibility into who you're dealing with and transparently what your next move should be. You know, in this energy, Sagittarius, there's a little bit of some fodder for your own revenge in here if you wanted to, because I have information that's coming your way. Could be information from more than one source. Most of it isn't exactly pleasant, but it's something that you're going to be able to work with and turn into a bonus. It's going to be a lot better too than, as I said, trusting or having hopeful expectations on others. Ultimately, this clears the air for you. This also clears your mind for you. And it does feel like if you wanted to, you could cause a little bit of your own, I don't know what to call it, your own, as I said, just there's a tinge of getting some ammunition to enact your own revenge on here too. But you're going to know exactly where you stand. You're going to get some very clear information as well. And if you want, you can go and flip it towards that which you've been waiting on. So we have 2 more signs. We have Libra and Leo. I guess we'll do Libra. A secret Libra should know. 6s are popping out a lot today. Something's coming to a head for you, Libra. You accomplish more when you make your own decisions or you move without the block following you, accompanying you. Queen of Swords, 2 of Wands. Secret you should know, Libra. You're your own best ally. Seriously, Libra. Anything that you want to accomplish right now, all you need to do is go and present interest, I'm going to say, in what you are doing, what you'd like to do, where you'd like to go. Libra, other people will not have the ability to realize the results that you yourself want to see. I'm not getting so much anything like standing in your way or blah, blah, whatever. I'm just getting the fact that they're not competent, they're not equipped, they're not able to. But you're going to have to take the lead, Libra. And I feel like in this energy too, it's very independent energy. Not necessarily something too that you go and bounce off of someone else for feedback or for support or buy-in. Very fast energy, very much on your feet energy, and it's a very personable energy. You need to put your hands on it, put your touch point on it, face to face, direct contact, direct communication. The more direct you can be, as opposed to a phone, an email, etc., the better. But a secret you should know, ultimately, Libra, not even ultimately, it's all right now on you. And our final sign, that would be Leo. I have the sun, of course, is Leo energy, Capricorn, strong Capricorn coming up here. Oh, you got your little mouse? Go and get your mouse. You gonna get your mouse? She says, you can get the mouse. I could get the mouse. That's what I have 10 fingers for, to go and get the mouse. Now she says, I will catch the mouse. My cat says it's time to play with me. It probably is, Leo. 5 of Swords. Someone's not taking rejection well, Leo. Leo, I don't know, in this energy, have you stepped on anyone's toes? And let me say, Leo, if you're feeling particularly frustrated about an outcome, number one, with that if you're the one in this energy, I would let it go. Because there's corruption. If you're the one frustrated. You should let it go and focus on something else. If this is your energy. And Leo, if this is not your energy, if you are not feeling royally frustrated about how something went down, despite what you invested and the hopes that you had, the expectations you had for it to not materialize, then Leo, someone is in your energy with that. They're not taking the rejection you gave them well, or perhaps maybe you surpassed them in something, Leo. Either way, someone has heavy, grudgy energy towards you. I know grudgy isn't a word, but we can make words. Someone is not taking rejection well in your energy, Leo. And they're going to take it up a notch to see what they can produce. Towards you. In this energy too, Leo, I'm going to say that you are ascending, but somebody else who feels like some opportunity or some recognition you got should have been directed towards them. They're going to try and ensure you only go so far. Essentially, they're an enemy, Leo. But they're going to be working with forces that are higher up to try and diminish you. Leo, if I were you, I would do everything by the book. I'd also watch the paper trails. If anyone is focused on you too much, friendly or otherwise, I would take note of that and become translucent, not necessarily transparent. Because somebody in your energy would like nothing more than to see you go down. Signs, Leo. I should have said signs, I guess, before I took that down, but we had very strong Capricorn, we had Taurus, we had Aquarius, and I can't remember that third. I can't remember one of the cards, but you could take it back and see. I'm also going to say the reason why I say someone's taking you down. Well, Capricorn season's going to start in about 2 weeks. And then after Capricorn season, it's Aquarius season. So we also have some timing in there. Maybe too, in this energy, Leo, you'll start to go and get some recognition coming next year, mid-January, mid-February. But all I know is someone is definitely going to be on your case for that. They're going to try and stop you from gaining any more. Just simply that. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. And until next time. Bye-bye.